The following program is a part of Black Squirrel Entertainment.
This week we've got JoJo.
And that one block game, Terraria. All Systems Go starts right now.
Greetings and welcome back to another episode of ASG, the only show that lets the most insufferable people give the worst news. I'm Snowflake Sammy.
And I'm Woke Wyatt. Let's get started. In the most recent bout between Epic Games and Google, the Play Store is opening up to Google's competitors. Beginning November 1st, Google will not be able to pay third-party companies to release apps on the Play Store both exclusively and before competitors. This is not the only restriction placed on Google. They will be unable to pay companies to not compete with the Play Store and be restricted from offering incentives to customers to install Google Play on devices, among others. These changes are a result of Epic Games' 4-year crusade against both Apple and Google, which has proved considerably more successful against Google compared to Apple. My opinion, the arrogance of men is thinking nature is in our control and not the other way around. Let them fight.
It was a sadness today that I must report on the loss of Doc Harris, who passed away this past Saturday in the Vancouver General Hospital. Doc Harris, for those who don't know, was a radio host who went to lend his voice to many animated series over the years. Some of his broadcast jobs include CKDA and CFMS-FM. Some of the roles that Doc Harris lent his voice to include the narrator from Dragon Ball Z and the narrator from My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic. We hope everyone affected by the loss of this legendary man finds healing.
Hindenburg Research released a report yesterday about Roblox. They allege that Roblox is lying to investors, regulators, and advertisers, inflating their user data by more than 25% and their engagement hours by more than 100%. The report also alleged that Roblox is, quote, an X-rated pedophile hellscape, end quote, bringing up a 2018 case where police found hundreds of hours of evidence of a 29-year-old using Roblox and other sites to groom and interact explicitly with minors. Along with many other allegations, the report warranted a response from Roblox. Roblox summarized it best in their first sentence. Roblox claims that rejects the claims made in the Hindenburg report, and noting their metric specifics and emphasizing user protection and safety.
Do you love silly and cute Pokemon? I know I do. The Pokemon Company is doing a giveaway for a special Tandem Mouse. What is special about this Tandem Mouse? It will come with a special birthday ribbon and will be able to use the ability Celebrate, which is only able to be used by Pokemon captured during birthday events. Is the move useful? Not really, but it's cool as hell. Unfortunately, most players are going to have some difficulty getting the special Tandem Mouse, as it will only be available in Japan, Singapore, and Taiwan. Good luck, Pokemon collectors, on trying to get your celebratory Tandem Mouse.
In my yearly reminder that World of Warcraft is still a game that exists and can be played, it seems that thousands of items have disappeared from guild banks. Seemingly, this began on the 13th of August with a patch 11.02, which updated many elements prior to the latest expansion, where quickly players went to community forums to report missing items. Apparently, the disappearing items were completely random. Some guilds had roughly 2/3 of their guild banks taken, while others had nothing taken at all. It took over a month for Blizzard to issue a response, where they claimed that many of the items were a result of a bug that affected mainly items related to past expansions. Except, apparently this is not the case for all items. While Blizzard has been working to restore items to guild leaders, due to incomplete data, they will be unable to completely restore all of the lost items.
And now for the Kent State Esports update. Last week was an odd one for the Esports Collegiate Conference, as the Valorant teams continued on like normal while the Rocket League teams played makeup games. The Valorant team won their game 2-0 against Buffalo, but the Akron match got moved to this Thursday, October 10th at 8 p.m. instead. Because of the win, the Valorant team stayed in their solid place at second in the standings for Week 5. The upcoming games for this week for Rocket League are tonight at 8 p.m. against Ball State and 9 p.m. against Northwestern. And for Valorant, again, we have that makeup game on Thursday against Akron. Check them out at Esports KSU on all socials for updates. After the break, the cast is talking about Minecraft.
And will most definitely have some questionable takes. They will be punished accordingly. All systems go. We'll be right back.
I am Zach, and this is Brian, Cam, Joe, and Marie, and we're talking about a game that needs no introduction, Minecraft. Minecraft is now on the 1.21 Tricky Trials update, a long way from the first version some might remember from 2009. Let's talk about it.
So, I have the opinion that how are you going to have pale grass in this new biome? And I forget the name of the mob that's supposed to be in there, but I'm just thinking.
The creaking.
Yeah.
Thank you. I forget what they're doing. I just know one thing. This biome looks cool, but how do you have pale grass? Wouldn't it just be burnt?
I don't know, but the new biome, I don't know, it just looks like washed. It looks like they turned the color off. At least add some fog.
That's
Come
probably
on.
what they did do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think it could have been a lot more atmospheric.
Yeah, it looks like it was supposed to be a Halloween update, but for some reason they're not releasing
point.
it on Halloween.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What about the new bogged and what was the other one? Breeze. Yeah, my thoughts personally is that they're just like alternate versions of mobs we already have, which is kind of boring and lame.
Yeah.
Like Breeze is funny to a degree, but just alone, like just these two things is kind of lazy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I haven't faced the breeze yet, so I can't really talk about the breeze. And I think I faced the bog once when I spawned it in, so it does just look like a different version of
Yeah, it's just a poison skeleton.
Creative.
Yeah.
But
I will say about the creaking, however, since we were talking about the biome and stuff, I think that it does add a little more atmosphere to the creaking in total, because, creepy washed out gray area.
Yeah.
And then, really creepy new like mob that sort of is like a weeping angel too. I think that we've seen a lot of comparisons to weeping angels with this mob in particular. I think that's a really cool concept too, because some mods try to like replicate that in some senses, like where it's like, oh yeah, we have a creepy mob that like will like sort of tail you around or whatever. But the problem is that you can't really avoid it, and you kind of want that ability to avoid it if you want to. But it's nice to just have that in general. So
what I think they should have added to like the Pale Garden is bring back the fireflies, because they were supposed to be in the swamp, but they got rid of them. I think it would have worked perfectly in this because they look like eyes of the creaking. So like when it's dark, you see fireflies that look like eyes. So you're trying to figure out if it's eyes or fireflies. I think that would have been cool and add to the atmosphere of the.
So they also finally removed the mob vote, which I know was a huge point of contention among the community, which was. I never like.
YouTubers cannot rig it anymore.
Yeah.
I've seen people complain about it. Like,
I haven't seen like anything good about it. Like I remember watching. I don't even remember. It might have been like Captain Sparkles, like way back when, being like, I hate the glow squid or whatever it was. Like that was. Oh my god.
Cheats.
The issue was that because of it, it was like it caused some divide within the community.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like
Some.
Sorry, that's a hypothetical. That's a exaggeration, but it's like you can't really be happy with like with one thing and then go around and say like, okay, well now this makes me upset because now they got rid of it. It's like, make up your mind.
Yeah. The thing with me, like with the mob vote, is just like they always said that they were going to add the other mobs that were like when they initially launched it. They're like, oh, don't worry, that they're eventually going to be added in later updates. But they were just like in the void forever. They're just never to be seen again. Like, and they introduced so many cool concepts in the mob votes that it's just like, oh, you like this? Sucks for you. Like, good luck.
Wasn't it originally they made it so like they could be like, oh, this is what gets added in sooner. And then we'll add these eventually. But they never did
was
that.
the
Never
plan.
did it.
Speaking of never going to see it again, Mojang, bring back Arena Wars. We need it. I hate that it was exclusive to the console editions, to whatever console you were playing on. Please bring it back. Minecraft is memecraft.
So, what's your guys' favorite like item or bio or mob from an update? Because I think I really liked the cherry blossom thing, how you get like that pink
Yeah.
wood and stuff. I just thought that was really cool looking, and it was like a nice place to
It's
just
really
be.
pretty.
I like the trial chambers.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
They're really cool.
I think the trial chambers add that like sort of nice balance of challenge as well as like exploration.
Yeah.
Because like it's down there. You gotta go
Yeah.
down into the mines a bit to go look for it, and it's like you're not gonna find it right then and there. So you kind of gotta go explore for it. But it also offers some unique loot too.
Oh, yeah.
The vaults, like in the trial chambers, are really cool.
Yeah, I don't know what is like the reward. What's the treasure that you can get? Like, anything
the
like
mace,
specifically
right?
crazy?
You can kind
I
of
heard
get
about the mace,
you
I
can
think.
The
get
mace.
a piece for the mace, which you can build, and then because you can put enchantments on that, you can also one-shot wardens from like you can one-shot wardens from build height. So
That's
if you
crazy.
jump down,
I heard it's pretty broken.
it's broken because
Yeah.
its attack move is based on jump. It's based on height. So the higher you are, the more damage you're willing to do to it.
Although I've had that with creative, me and my roommate tried that on the Wither. It is so OP. Imagine people putting mods and hacks on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I really like the Badlands a lot. And I really hope they add more updates for it because it's kind of like when you go in there, it's kind of plain, but I just love the way it looks with like the clay and stuff.
Yeah.
do you remember the Farlands?
Yes, I do
Oh,
remember
yeah.
that.
Yeah, I was just thinking that because like Badlands and it's like Farlands. And I
Yeah.
remember like, because like, for those who don't know, that's where like World Generation gets a little funky as well.
Oh,
So like that's
Oh,
like
yeah.
the far out region because Minecraft has an infinite generation, and because of it, once you get a specific distance away, it gets really really freaky, and that's why they call it the Farlands. For those who don't know.
Yeah. Did you have any specific updates or specific things from an update?
I honestly like the trial chambers and the cherry blossom. Like honestly,
Yeah.
the cherry blossom so cool, and just the trial chambers actually add like a level of challenge too.
Yeah.
But
So how are we feeling about the future in general for Minecraft?
I think the recent post is brought it up to like kind of a positive because I think getting rid of the big updates is a good idea, and then making them smaller in between the year so people have more things to look forward to instead of that big yearly drop.
that's fair.
And then the mob vote going away is a great decision as well. So
Hopefully with the mob vote being basically deleted, that may bring, past gamers back to Minecraft and it grows back into popularity, especially going into the holiday season.
I can't complain about free updates. That's
Yeah.
really
Oh, yeah.
it. I know a lot of people are complaining about the size of this update. I don't care. It's a free update.
I think Minecraft will always be popular.
Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly. All right, so after the break, Brody does what he does best, reviewing semi-niche Japanese movies. All systems go. We'll be right back.
Up next, Brody reviews Ultraman Rising.
Over the summer, I watched a fun movie about the bonds between parent and child that also tackles themes of responsibility in taking charge of one's life. That movie was Ultraman Rising. Now, before I get into the movie itself, I want to make it known that this is the first Ultraman project I sat down and watched in its entirety. I did watch a couple episodes of Netflix's Ultraman anime years back, but I never really got into it. But this movie, boy did it really hook me in from start to finish. Ultraman Rising is about Ken Sato, a baseball player who is also Ultraman. We learn early on that he inherited his powers from his father, Professor Sato. Ken just wants to lead a regular life as a professional baseball player, as he feels being Ultraman is a burden that leaves him feeling underappreciated by the people of Japan. He also has a bit of a complex that makes him difficult to work with, as we see during scenes where he talks with his coach. His duties as Ultraman and his lack of desire to carry the responsibilities that come with being an Ultra sets Ken on a journey to find what he really wants to do. After battle with the Kaiju Defense Force against the bird-like Kaiju Gigantron goes awry, Ken finds himself in a unique position of raising a Kaiju baby, whom he names Emmy after his mother, Emiko. Him trying to juggle raising a Kaiju baby gets in the way of his baseball career, causing the public to no longer admire him. Eventually, Ken starts to get the hang of the whole parenting thing, growing closer to Emmy as he receives advice from Ami, a reporter he did some interviews with earlier on. He's put in an awkward situation of leaving one such interview to save Emmy, who got out of the hideout. In the ensuing chaos, Emmy breaks an arm, and this pushes Ken to finally reach out to his dad for help. This is where more of that parent-child bonding thing kicks in again, as taking care of Emmy begins to mend the relationship between Ken and his dad. Unfortunately, the KDF chases them down, first attacking the sanctuary Professor Sato took Ken to. Then they try blowing up Ken's house, causing Professor Sato's healing pod to fall into the ocean as Ken races to save an evolved Emmy from being captured. Now we get to the biggest action piece yet, as the KDF pits Ultraman against Mecha Gigantron, using her as a means to kidnap Emmy. It seems like all hope is lost for Ken, but then his dad appears, transformed into Ultra Dad, which, I kid you not, is the actual name for this transformation. Ken finally gets a proper rise sequence, complete with classic Ultraman sounds and visual iconography. Dr. Onda, the main villain with a grudge against Ultraman, busts out a transforming mech and throws hands with the Ultras, Emmy, and a freed Gigantron. Ken makes a sacrifice play to prevent the mech's self-destruct from causing more damage, but he comes out of it with little more than a broken arm. After the battle, Ami finally gets that interview, reflecting on how Ken matured gradually. He attributes it to family as he shares a voicemail from his mom. Ken and his dad are later led to Kaiju Island by Emmy and Gigantron, now free of cybernetics. Recap aside, this movie was magnificent. It presented a real-world struggle, that being parenthood and balancing relationships with one's own parents through the eyes of a flashy tokusatsu hero. We get to watch Ken grow from this arrogant jerk who shrugs off the responsibilities of being Ultraman and has a bad relationship with his dad, to a humble man who values his responsibilities and mends a broken parental bond. Through the film's villain Dr. Onda, we see how he takes the loss of his family and harnesses it for a rage-fueled vendetta against Ultraman and Kaijus. This almost mirrors how Ken takes the loss of his mother and uses it as motivation to pursue his baseball career. Two men who lost someone close to them because of Ultraman, one motivated by anger, the other by desire. Through his growth as a character, we see Ken not only thrive in his career, but come to understand why being Ultraman is important. Him reconciling with his father helped him realize why his father being Ultraman mattered and the significance of that responsibility. Ken accepted that Ultraman is a part of his life and that, rather than fight against it, he should embrace it, taking on that responsibility and becoming a better hero through his relationship with his father and taking care of Emmy. Being Ultraman started out as a burden he didn't want to carry, since his whole world revolved around it to the point where his mother disappeared. Early on, he only answered the call to action because it was just a duty he had, as tired as he was of it. Gradually, we see him transform not out of duty, but because he has something to fight for, whether it be to protect Emmy from the KDF or to aid his father against Onda in his mech. Ken grew to accept being Ultraman and values the role the same way his father did. And that pretty much brings this video to a close. After all the analysis, I can proudly say that Ultraman Rising is a fantastic movie and a must-watch if you ever have the time. The animation is really clean, the colors are vibrant, and at its core, it's a heartfelt movie about familial bonds. It's up on Netflix right now, and it ain't going anywhere anytime soon. Catch you later, nerds. Same bat time, same bat channel.
After the break, Sammy gets their one JoJo game of the season. Better make it count, Sammy. All systems go. We'll be right back.
Greetings and salutations, my ASG viewers. It is time for my JoJo Game Show of the semester. Jenny told me I can only do one, and I had to make it count. The game is simple. I will name a band, song, or album, and the players need to tell me if that specific name has appeared in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Let's get right into it. Okay, do you all understand the rules of the game?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to just say the name, and you have to tell me if it does appear or doesn't appear.
Okay.
So, to start, Nat King Cole. Does it appear? There should be 4 markers.
Pink does not show
It doesn't
up
show
Okay.
very well
at
on
all.
the camera.
So you can reveal.
It's poor planning.
Yes, it does appear. It appears in part 8. Its name is
Nut King Call.
Nut King Call, yes. Okay, next, Elvis.
Just appear?
Does the name Elvis appear?
The name Elvis?
Oh, the name?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
Elvis.
Like,
Is a character
his
stand,
music?
is something named Elvis?
does he make an appearance? He makes an appearance, though, does he not?
Is
The
it-
character
I
of
don't
Elvis?
know.
Here,
That's the
my
game.
answer.
You can reveal your answers.
That's the game, I think.
But, like, he makes an appearance.
Is there a character named Elvis that is not Elvis? That is not Elvis. No, there is not
Damn.
one.
He's on the iPod though.
Okay.
He is on the
Part 8. He's on the iPod.
But
That
he's
Wonder
not
of You is
appearing
the
as a
name of an
character.
Elvis song.
That he's appearing as himself in that. He's not appearing as a character.
I
yeah.
kind of feel like that would have
Okay.
counted.
Dire Straits. You can reveal whenever you're ready. Dire Straits does appear in part 2 in the two characters, Dire and Straitso.
Straitso.
And Dire, they're together. They're
Who
both
cares
named.
about Dyer? He's not cool.
Is that the Thundercross Split Attack guy? Is that a different
No,
guy?
because he was in the
Okay.
first part.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
He was dying
they're
in the
both
first
in the
up
first
next
part.
we have Pet Shop Boys. Does Pet Shop Boys appear in JoJo? You can reveal when ready. Yes, Pet Shop Boys does appear.
The birdie.
It's the owl in part 3.
He's a falcon.
I think the,
Oh,
I've
he's a
definitely
falcon.
seen
very
that.
I'm
clearly
so
a
sorry
falcon.
Who's
that I
running
don't know
this
my
game?
birds. This
And his
isn't
brother?
the birds game, Tyler.
I thought we were
That sounds-
professionals.
Okay.
His brother's Pet Sounds.
House of the Rising Sun. Does that appear in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? You can reveal when ready. No, it does not appear.
Shoot.
Anthony, you need to pull it together.
Listen,
He's never.
I've never seen
single
JoJo's Bizarre
episode.
Adventure.
Why would you sign
I
up
play
for
this game because it's a 50-50.
Okay.
No.
You should start buying lottery tickets.
Up next, does Paint It Black appear?
What was it?
Paint It Black.
The Stones song.
Yeah, I didn't hear.
Us
what he
Stones
said.
fans call them the Stones for short.
Have you met them?
Okay, you
No.
can reveal.
Oh.
Okay, that's all 4 no's. That's 4 points. It does not appear.
Wasn't upside down.
Up next, Adam Hart Mother.
Are we counting novels? Light novels?
Yes,
Then that's it.
it's not
Okay.
relevant to this.
Oh, it's not relevant. I already wrote it down.
Okay, you can reveal. It does appear. It's the stand of
team.
Yoshikage
Go
Kira's
team.
dad. Its name in it is Adam Hart Father.
That's what I. That doesn't count.
It's
wait.
the name of his stand. It does count.
It's Adam Hart Father.
I forget because he's a little
But
fairy
it-
godmother.
No, I know that.
He's in
but
the
I,
little picture.
But that's what it's named after.
an arrow.
You're literally leading the game. Why are
Yeah,
you
you're
complaining?
winning.
Mr. President.
Get down.
Does
Save it
Mr.
for grab
President
bag.
appear in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
Watch the skits, Anthony.
Thank you.
We have to wait for the 2 sharing a marker.
Yeah, you picked pink for the marker. That's not on me.
Okay, you can reveal. Yes, Mr. President does
The
show up in
The
JoJo's Bizarre
turdy named
Adventure.
Coco Jumbo.
Yeah, it's the turtle.
Also Polnareff, kind of.
It's real. Okay, how about California Dreamin'?
I might have just sold the game here.
Okay, you all can reveal. No, it does not appear, so everyone gets a point for that one.
Losing by the skin of my teeth.
I almost screwed it up with California King Bed.
I didn't even think of that.
That one is a standard.
Everyone
part
besides
I know
Anthony
it
is
now that you
tied
said
right
it.
now, I
Yeah.
hope you know.
That's okay.
Except for
We're
yeah,
on.
he's winning.
Okay.
That means I get second place.
Garrett's
Hey,
up
ya.
one.
Hey, ya.
Hey, yeah.
It's an easy one.
Yeah.
You can reveal. Yes, Heya does
He
appear.
wins.
He does. Spoilers, but it's Poco Loco stand.
And horse.
That's
'Kay.
true, it is.
How about Smooth Operator?
My hands are blue.
Use your
Why are you
sleeve.
blue?
Just
That's a good point. I should have been using my sleeves to wipe these
I'll
off.
pick that up after.
You can reveal.
Wait, sorry.
Yes, Smooth Operator does appear.
That's a recent one.
That is
Yeah.
Dragona
Really? I
Joestar's
didn't know.
stand.
I wouldn't know because I haven't watched.
You're pretty close. Don't worry.
You wouldn't watch it,
say that
you'd
a
read
lot.
it.
How about AC/DC?
What are we doing?
I just put some easy ones in here.
Do you
should
know who
know
you're
if
talking to right
AC/DC
now?
appears. You should know. Is everyone ready?
Yeah.
You can flip. Yes, he appears in part 2 as ECDC. That's points for everyone.
Easy,
It was
easy.
still pronounced ACDC. It's just
Okay.
It is.
How
It's spelled
about
like
rat?
ESI.
I know.
Rap?
Rat.
Rat?
Rat?
Rat.
Ratta.
A-R-A-T-T. Rat.
Oh, rat. Okay.
Like
I think I have it right.
What comes
Copyright.
around?
You can show them whenever you're ready. Rat does appear.
Oh.
It's
Ah,
the stand.
four, right?
I think it's the name of the rat. It's either the stand or
it's
the
a
rat's
stand.
name.
I
the
thought
name.
that was a trick question, and I kind of
It's
wanted
a
to
heavy
balance out the
type
scores a
beat.
little less.
I thought he was the gun guy.
It
the
seems
rat with,
that
like,
time
the
has started to
gun.
speed up, so
It's
that's
like
all
a
the time
gun
we have for
launcher.
this week's episode of All Systems Go.
Who won?
The winner is a tie between Garrett and Tyler.
Yeah.
I could have been on that list.
You could
How
have.
was it a tie? You were leading the
Follow
whole
our
time.
Instagram at All Systems Go TV for some fun behind the scenes content, and our YouTube at All Systems Go BSE for past episodes. If you're feeling funky, you can even follow our sparkly new TikTok, All Systems Go BSE, for short form content. All Systems Go, signing off.